Now, Houthi rebels are terrorising British vessels in the Red Sea, but some students in London, well, they couldn't care less. Check out what happened when a contributor for website Reasoned, Qais Hussain, presented them with a fake petition backing the terror group.
It's about the Houthi rebels if you support them against the US and the UK and Israel. Do you agree with it? Yeah. I'm collecting petitions to show to the university that people who support the Houthi rebels. Okay. Do you agree or?
Yeah. Sure.
It's in support of the Houthis. Do you know much about the Houthis or not really?
I don't think so, no.
You don't study politics, no?
No.
The Houthis are...
Oh, yeah.
Or what do you know about the Houthis?
Yeah.
Do you know about them?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm not too sure about the case, but I know a rough idea of what's happening.
So you support them?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, good. I'll let you go. Will you sign my petition, sister?
What is it for?
It's in support of the Houthis in Yemen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
Do you know much about the Houthis?
No, I don't know much.
Do you support them? They're against Saudi Arabia, Israel and America and Britain.
I mean, I'd have to know more about it to... Personal email, yeah?
Yeah. Excuse me, will you sign my petition in support of the Houthis? In support of the Houthis in Yemen.
Well, it's one of those, do you laugh or do you cry? Well, the man responsible for that petition was the contributor for Reasoned, Qais Hussain, and he joins me now. Welcome to the show. I guess superb sting you did there. I guess the big question is, are these students actual terrorist sympathisers, or are they just unbridledly stupid? Are they the embodiment of a little education is a dangerous thing?
Well, it's deeply disturbing. I mean, people are utterly gullible, but absolutely useful idiots. And it's concerning because they don't know what the Houthis stand for, and people who did end up supporting them. So it's a bit of both. I mean, I'm ambivalent towards it. I'm petrified, but it's a bit funny that people are so gullible. And it was outside King's University, which is meant to be one of the top universities in the country.
Yeah, and also King's College, there is a place that's a centre for the International Centre for Radicalisation. I've been there myself on multiple occasions dealing with serious stories about terrorism and British links. That you'd think people there would be blessed with a modicum of knowledge. I mean, were none of them even aware of the fact that the Houthi rebels are actually a prescribed terrorist organisation and supporting them is a crime?
Well, the Houthis go by another name called Ansar Allah, which means supporter of God. And in 2003, their slogan was, God is greatest, death to America, death to Israel, and a curse upon the Jews. So highly, highly discriminatory. And the group's dogma is a threat to our national security and the security of our allies. But I've got a video that's coming out, part 2. And I actually tell people this, and people say, yeah, I support it. And there was this one lady I interview, which will comes out in the video that I'm launching in part 2, where she said that she supports Hamas and she'd be friends with a Hamas person in her class. So it's, you know, when people find out weirdly and peculiarly, they tend to support the Houthis more.
It's astonishing to believe that students at British campuses in this day and age, knowing all we know, Qais, about the Houthis, knowing all we know about Hamas, still choose to align with them. What's driving this? What's behind it? Is it because it's fashionable, or is it something more insidious? Is it actually backed up by concerning things like campus-ridden anti-Semitism?
I think it's a mixture of all things, and all these things, you know, form this unholy alliance, this horrible, callous coalition, as I call it. People are desperate for a sense of belonging, sense of identity, and they get it in front of these baleful projects and stuff like that, supporting the Houthis. People do it to become popular. People, you know, I've seen it on Tinder myself, people say they support Hamas just to get a few likes, you know, to get a few swipe rights. People also doing it because they're disturbed. People, you know, people want to blame someone for the plight that they find themselves in. And if it's not the Tories, if it's not the you know, British civil service, then they end up, you know, finding solace and comfort in our enemies. So it's a mixture of things. And part of the indoctrination that's universities at play.
Qais, would you go a stage further and say on campuses like this it's actually fashionable, a badge of honour to hate Britain?
I think it's fashionable. I mean, it's popular to loathe Britain. Britain's this evil place that's committed awful things, despite what every other country does. I think it's to do with this London liberal thing. Being King's College. It doesn't happen in my university. I go to Hull University, or as my friends call it, Hell on Earth University. But it happens in our metropolitan areas. It's this metropolitan mind, this malign mind. It doesn't happen in all universities, like Hull, for instance. But it's a London thing.
And Cass, can you just give an idea of the types of people that were signing? I mean, I believe you said a couple of them were actually politics students. And what about the kind of ethnic makeup? Who were the people signing this?
It's a variety of people. The left do not discriminate when they recruit people, when they get their Marxist missionaries. It is a lot of middle-class women, with fancy names like Carrietta, Jaquetta. Then you have a lot of LGBT people, despite the Houthis butchering LGBT people. You also have a lot of BAME people. You have Muslims. Somebody who signed the petition was also had Jewish heritage. So it was just a mixture of people. And this is what the left do. They don't discriminate when they're trying to lure people into them. They target everybody, and even they make people turn against themselves.
That's a fantastic piece of work, Qais Hussain, for Reason. And when part 2 comes out, please come back on. I'd love to see it and put it out there. Well done, son. Great piece of work. Keep it up.
Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk, and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.